Hi there, this is Philip with the Rough Stock Gazette, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Yep, I'm at the house, had to take a little bit of a break. The walking was getting to be too much after 10 days, and figured we'd catch up a little video on the recap instead of just reposting stuff. So let's go ahead and start from the backside and work our way up. Bull riding. Last night in round 9, there were only 2 qualified rides. TB3 on Nosebender and Boudreaux Campbell on Stay Smith's Revolution. Scored 88 points, $42,000. Now remember, a few years ago that would not all have counted towards the standings. It does now. And what that's done, it's moved Trey Benton, our TB3, it's moved him up a whole like 10 points. I have to go down to the average real quick, and it's actually closer to 17 points over Sage Kimzey. With that win and the $42,000, believe it or not, he is now fairly close to be able to catch Sage if he can finish off the average and another win. Right now, roll standing, Sage is at $340,000, but he is second in the average, and TB3 is $279,000. Remember, there's almost $60,000 at play in the average. Now, Sage is going to get a lot of money in the average, so TB3 probably won't catch him, but you know, you got to try. You have to hope you can, and then also, you know, hope maybe Joe Frost jumps up there and can move Sage down as well in the standings, because Joe Frost is only 12 points behind, or 11 points behind, excuse me, Sage. So anything like that can help. TB3 though, he got pretty roughed up last night. I know they were going to go through concussion protocols after what I saw. The question is, how bad is he tonight? Can he get on? Can he make a good qualified ride? So right now it's TB3's average to lose, but it's Sage Kimzey's gold buckle to lose. Anything can happen tonight, and we just hope everybody gets out of it healthy. Saddle Bronc. You want to pick the Saddle Bronc winner for the gold buckle this year? Good luck. I'll go pick the barrel racing. We'll probably both be wrong, right? So right now it looks like it's Ryder Wrights. He's got the lead in the world, $273,000. The problem is the guy sitting 4th and 5th and only about $68,000 behind him at Brody Cress in 5th, and then Hardy Braden in 4th is only about 60-some thousand. They're both are up in the average on them. So Brody Cress is at 755.5 points on 9 head. Ryder's come down on 1. Actually, Hardy Braden's just behind Ryder. Sterling Crowley and Audi Reed are sitting 2nd and 3rd in the average. What that means, though, is Brody Cress has an opportunity if he can place high tonight. He has an outside opportunity to be able to take that gold buckle, and that would truly be sneaking in. Here's an interesting fact, though. Ryder Wright, been NFR 2 years, has been on 19 horses. He's won 9 rounds. That's unbelievable. If he can win tonight, he will have won on, and I'm talking win, ladies and gentlemen, not placing, winning. He will win have won 50% of the time he nodded his head. Also, if he wins tonight, I really don't see anybody be able to catch him. Right now, Coburn, who's dropped back to 6th, has to hope that a lot of people fall off and that he could win the round to take it. I don't see that happening. I think it's Coburn, I think, lost his chance when he missed his mark out last night. But it's been pretty interesting watching. And can you believe that has won 9 of 19 go-rounds? When it comes to bareback riding, Tim O'Connell won. That's that. The nearest person is Tanner Ross. He's $92,000 behind. Tim O'Connell is number 1 in the average on 9 head, followed by Rich Champion, J.R. Vizane. Tanner's all the way back to 5th. So really, he's won the average. I don't see anybody catching him right now other than Rich. Truthfully, because I don't see Tim O'Connell bucking off tonight. I just don't see it. But he's won the world no matter what. Trevor Brazil is holding on for dear life to the all-around title. What's going to help Trevor with the all-around title? And I know it's roping and it's not rough stock, but what's going to happen there is that really Tough Cooper, Trevor's brother-in-law, had to win basically to take the title, the all-around title from Trevor. Tough's had some rough goes, and Marcos Costa, the Brazilian. We have two Brazilians, including one who set an arena record last night, or tied the arena record last night, and then partying in the saddle, his horse kind of spooked on him, and he had to step off. Hilarious. He didn't fall off, though. He said, "I fell off." He didn't fall off, but it was real close. Anyhow, so Marcos Costa will, if Tough basically has to win the round tonight or play second in the round and hope for bad luck for Marcus. And I'm talking like way out of the money. Way out of the money. And the way Marcus has been roping, I don't see that happening. Been a lot of interesting storylines. And if you think Saddle Bronc is an interesting storyline, because really it is right or rights to lose, go over and look at the barrel racing. The young lady who came in with all kinds of season winning records for money and stuff, it suddenly may not be there when the gold buckle's handed out. But who will be? The person who set the arena record has won a bunch of go-rounds. She may not be there. There's been some ladies who've knocked over a barrel almost every round. These ladies don't do that, not very often. So that's why I'm saying, if you think you can successfully predict, and I'm not saying just a guess or you go with your heart that you want the young 19-year-old rider to win because of the family tradition and legacy in Saddle Bronc, but if you think you can successfully predict that, then I'm telling you, you should be putting some money on the barrel racing, because that's an even more convoluted event right now. There's just so many ladies who are on beautiful horses who can simply tonight hit a barrel, be in the top 5 of the average and hit a barrel tonight. It's all gone. You know, it's just like for TB3, you have, if you can win the round and hope Sage Kimsey doesn't make any money, you could potentially, and you got to hope for Joe Frost to take second, by the way, you could potentially win a gold buckle. It is yours to do the best you can. Now, you got to hope for some things to help. You know, it's just like Ryder Wright. Ryder, technically, he needs to win the round to secure the spot. Anything less than probably a second or third in the round, he may not win it. The only person I see who's guaranteed the buckle right now, he was guaranteed as soon as he rode last night, is Tim O'Connell in bareback. So that's how the flow is rolling right now. Interesting stuff happening, though. The junior NFR has been a huge hit with the fans, and man, there's a lot of kids. Bullfighters only, BFO. Did not make it there this year. It's at Tropicana, kind of out of the way. You know, hearing a lot of great things about it. I always love going to the bullfights. You know, I think everybody's probably seen the Western Rostocki video that Matt West put up with. He's got what, 16 some staples in his head, not stitches, ladies and gentlemen, staples, and he's out fighting. Of course, he's one of the best in the world, so you know why he's out there winning money. But just out of the way, and when you're kind of out of the way, you know, out of sight, out of mind. Had a great time at the Mandalay Bay show. Really, there's so much to see there. Sometimes you just can't see it all. Same thing at the Sands Convention Center. Sands Convention Center is kind of disappointing. They had us parking about a block away, which wasn't too bad. Instead of being able to park, having a gate, which don't ask me why not, they should have a gate. They could park us over there by the parking lot to the Will. I just went blank on its name. Anyhow, they don't allow that. That's a whole other person's property. The problem is coming out of that back parking lot, and this is typically where they have their stage for equipment for the convention center. A lot of homeless down there. So you got all kinds of trash everywhere, people sleeping everywhere. Not exactly the place you want to go. Love the South Point. Yeah, I know I complained about the ropers not knowing how to park. That's how that is. The South Point gift show is really intimate, very, very comfortable feeling, and I've really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun down there. Had a good time watching a little bit of roping. Didn't make a lot of the rough stock events the first few days because I was over at Orleans Arena watching the Boyd Gaming Shootout presented by Cinch. That was a lot of fun, other than they really didn't bring people in to talk to us. We had a few people because of different connections by different people in the media in the room, so we got to talk to people. Had a good time watching Fred Whitfield work with a young lady who wants to be a rodeo queen and is working on talking to people, interviewing, because her mom thinks if you can interview, you can be interviewed. That was great. Fred was awesome. Wade Sundell and Shane Proctor both won it. Those two guys are hilarious to talk to. They're great ambassadors of the sport, especially Shane. So had a great time this week, even with all the family issues going on. For those of you who may not have heard, Mom's back in the hospital again with the flu, in pretty bad shape. But so I've been pretty tied up, and hopefully it all settles down. For me, I'm pretty much done until the 1st of January, when you will see we open up with the PBR in New York City at Madison Square Garden. You have Denver opens up, Odessa opens up, Fort Worth is not too far behind Denver, so is San Antonio. So there's a lot of big events coming up. We'll try to keep the news flowing on them. Hopefully we can get some good information out of the Madison Square Garden event, and hopefully this year we can make it back to Albuquerque, to home, and get to have a good time there. That is always a blast. If you want to go to an event, I know everybody wants to go to Dallas Cowboy Stadium and watch all that, but if you ever really want to see the PBR up close and personal, go to the pit at University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. You're right on top of the action. Even if you're in the nosebleed seats, you're right on top of the action there. Truly an intimate venue. So we hope to see you all. We'll give you a full rundown tomorrow of who won. I'll go through every event, just not the rough stock, and we'll talk about it. Hey, look, I know some people said, I want to go, but it costs so much, and tickets. You don't necessarily have to have tickets to NFR to come. There's a lot of ways around it. First of all, you come Monday through Thursday. It's cheaper for your airfare. You can get off-strip hotels cheaper. And there's some that are truly on the Las Vegas Boulevard. They're just not strip hotels. Our favorite's the Baymont, which is right next door to the outlet mall. They allow animals. They used to. Had better internet connection than a lot of people did. So it was easy. You can buy tickets. There's always somebody selling tickets here. And I don't mean the scalpers, but there's people who, I came in, I blew all my money at the craps table, I don't want to go tonight, or maybe I've seen this a lot. This happens a whole lot here. They actually win tickets or get very inexpensive but very good tickets to a show, and they think, you know what, we're here for 4 or 5 nights going to the rodeo. We can miss one night and go to a show. I'll take my wife to a show, and they're going to sell their tickets so they can go eat out and stuff. Plus, there's the exchange, that people will sell their tickets back. Maybe they got them with a package deal. Excuse me, but a package deal is always a great idea too, if you can do that. Go with a package deal. There are shuttles that run between most hotels and Thomas and Mack. It's very inexpensive. A few of them actually have them for free. I don't know which ones are which anymore. Of course, living here, I drive everywhere. So you have all that. You have all the viewing parties, whether it's at the Mirage, the MGM, the South Point, the Orleans. A lot of the big hotels have viewing packages or viewing sessions, and you can always watch the Gold Buckles, or you can go down to Tropicana to the big dance, or you can go wherever. So there's always options for you to have a good time here in Vegas. Just remember, if you do come, this is where you're going to do your Christmas shopping. Keep that in mind. You may not want to go to the tables first or to the slot machines first until you have all your stuff bought and probably shipped home so you don't have to deal with the airport, right? So we hope everybody has a great time tonight watching. We're going to be watching a little early because it's going to show the Arizona-New Mexico basketball game on CBS Sports Network in our region, so we get to watch our homeboys play Arizona, and then, of course, right into rodeo. Please follow us on Facebook at the Rough Stock Gazette or on Twitter, RS Gazette, and we'll try to keep the news flowing as fast as we can, right? We hope you all have had a great, great week. We hope you all have a blessed Christmas, and we will see you come January, right? Let's get ready for PBR, kids.